We got my man Rhett Butler on a pretty left hook. How you feeling, my guy?
What's going down, man? We rolling solo from state to state. I heard that.
You heard it. You heard me hit him with the belly. All right, so look, we got Canelo versus Ryder tonight. We got UFC. What number is it? 228 or 288, I believe.
One of them joints, man. 2 minutes.
I believe it's 288 that's popping off tonight. Talk to me. Let's start with Canelo and obviously his fight, fighting Ryder. This is an intriguing matchup. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that it should be too much of a problem for Canelo.
A mismatch.
What is this? I guess question is, what is the fight for? Why is Canelo doing this fight?
I mean, honestly, what it's for is it's a homecoming fight for Canelo. It's his first time fighting back in his home state of, or I say country of Mexico, but his home state of Guadalajara. He has never fought there since he was an amateur, really. And the last time he fought in Mexico was 2011. So the king is back. You know what I'm saying? He's been showing America love for mad long. Now he's back home. And that's what it's about. He's selling out 50,000 seats for TJ Flax. This is real big business, man.
Yeah, so he's back home fighting in the same country where he was eating bad meat.
Putting that bad meat in his mouth.
Tainted meat.
I mean, come on. Dirty.
Hey, listen, I don't even know the guy that he's fighting. I like Canelo. I have a lot of respect for him in the boxing world. But moving forward, like, what is next for Canelo? Is he going to fight Shaquille Stevenson or Tank or anybody? Chavez Jr., who is he going to fight that we know who the hell the other opponent is?
Man, first of all, we love Shakur, so we don't want him to get murdered. This man is way bigger than him. But
no, I don't think so. I don't think so, Rhett.
But to your point, Canelo right now, honestly, the biggest battle in terms of the public opinion is against Gervonta Tank Davis.
Ooh,
and that's for the face of boxing.
I would love to see it.
Who was interviewed by Jim Gray said,
Man, they would never fight.
Absolutely, I'm the face.
I
and
would
that is
love to see it.
In the
He
face
did say it.
Canelo Alvarez.
He did say it.
I would love
He
to
said
see
it.
that.
So
right
Canelo
there.
had something to say about this, and he said, "Look, buddy, I'm not retired yet. Relax." And at the end of the day,
Rhett, we know
But you
Canelo-
fighting Ryder.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter.
that's right.
But he's coming off of a loss to Bivol. Now this here, everybody will say, is an easy fight for Canelo. Easy fight, should end within 7 or 8 rounds. They want to see him fight Benavidez, David Morrell, Charlo. He wants to fight Bivol again. Canelo hasn't been fighting the type of fights. Even when he fought Bivol the first time, nobody wanted him to take that fight. He took that fight and lost, and then it was like, oh, wow. But everybody was saying at that point in time he was kind of still cherry picking. And so Canelo is going to have to start fighting fights that are more 50-50. I can't recall the last fight that Canelo had that was a 50-50 fight. Even when he fought Triple G, I'm sorry, he's not coming off a loss. He fought Triple G. Even when he fought Triple G the last time, that wasn't a 50-50 fight. I mean, so many guys had avoided Triple G for years and years and years, in my opinion, Canelo included, and then got him at the right time. And so when will we see him in a 50-50 fight?
So I'm going to push back on that because I think Triple G was a 50-50 fight. It's just the last one, he was a little aged. But I think Triple G
you really don't think Canelo and them waited Triple G out? I mean, the first time, yeah, it might have been 50.
I mean, I picked Triple G to win the fight, TJ. I picked Triple G to win the fight.
Greatness. He wanted to be a multi-weight class world champ. I mean, he went after Sergey Kovalev. He went and became light heavyweight champ. I mean, we can't blame a man for chasing greatness. We can't.
Kovalev,
you know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
will admit he took that fight strictly for the money. He will admit he wasn't ready to fight. Everybody knows that.
I mean, the people wanted to see Triple G 3, and at the end of the day, boxing is still a Wild West, and it's ruled by the people's whims. I mean, it's not like it's not a league or a tournament system, so we know the public still dictates what people want. And yes, to your point, no, Canelo wasn't ready to fight David Benavidez, but I think that's also because Benavidez hadn't fought anybody he respected. Now I think he definitely looks crazy if he doesn't fight Benavidez.
Who is Ryder fought?
After John Ryder.
Who is Ryder fought?
Well, we're not going to really know Ryder like that because he's fought mainly in Europe, but he did fight Danny Jacobs in one. So
That's all I'm saying. And again, I'm not a Canelo basher. I love boxing. I think Canelo is number one pound-for-pound boxer in the world right now. But you can't say, oh, Benavidez hasn't fought anybody, but you fight other people that haven't fought anyone either. That's the thing.
But, that's champion privilege. I mean, it's unfortunate the boxing game needs a tournament system to get through all of these politics. But when you're the champ, you're going to pick and choose how you feel unless you feel like somebody's going to meet that money mark, which is what's taking so long for Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. It's always the bread. Always the bread. And at the time, I don't think David Benavidez was known outside of boxing purists.
Do you want to touch on this UFC at 288 with Sterling and Cejudo, or do you want to stay? Do y'all want to stay with boxing? Because I honestly want to go into UFC, but I mean the conversation here to me that kind of I feel compelled to throw out there is to double down on the fact that they did ask Tank. Jim Gray did ask Tank, is he the face of boxing now? That to me, that victory by Tank was the fight that he needed to take if he was going to claim superiority in his weight class, and for what it's worth, maybe even in boxing outside of where Tyson Fury sits in the heavyweight division.
Hey, LaVar, Rhett, has Tank been in a 50-50 fight yet?
I mean, what did you call his last fight? He was just in.
I think Garcia. No, he hasn't.
No. Tank's 50-50 fight is going to be Devin Haney or the winner of Devin Haney-Lomachenko.
A Devin Haney fight.
That's a 50-50 fight.
Tough on
you even got to start saying Shakur.
Are we saying 50-50 as in the bag takeaway, purse takeaway, or 50-50
this is like a chance to win the fight or the money?
To be the number one pound-for-pound boxer in the world, you got to be in a fight where you don't know who's going to win.
You didn't know who was so everybody knew Tank was going to win this last fight?
75% of people were choosing Tank. 75% had Tank winning.
Well, who in his weight class is going to give him a 50-50
Shakur and
fight?
Devin Haney, them the only two.
I think the Garcia fight was a big fight. That was a significant fight, a significant move. In fact, right now, today, that is the fight of the year. Today, that's the fight of the year.
That's the fight of the year, and it sold out. And they sold 1.2 million pay-per-views, which is a gold standard in fighting, and also the first time Tank has sold over 1 million pay-per-views by himself. But Canelo's done that 7 times in that same building. So he's not the face of boxing.
He also
lost one.
Dazn or whatever.
Didn't he lose one? Like convincingly lost the first one?
Who?
Oh, you talking about against Triple G?
No, didn't he do that against Mayweather?
Well, he lost the first one, but it wasn't a loss.
They call the Triple G fights, yes, but what about the wasn't the Floyd Mayweather the first big fight that we would say was a 50-50 fight?
That wasn't a fight.
That wasn't a 50-50 fight to me, though.
That was a mopping.
That Floyd was over the hill, and he showed him that he was not. It wasn't a 50-50 fight to me. That was a hype fight.
The fight of the year are between these three: Canelo, Tank Davis, and Shakur Stevenson. Whatever fight we can get out of those three, that is going to be the fight of the year.
Which one is more likely to happen? Are we more likely to see Saul take a big fight against one of these guys, or see the Terrence Crawford and the Errol Spence fight? Which one is more likely to happen?
I went to the Tank fight against Ryan, and my sources told me that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is going to happen and will be announced in the not-too-distant near future. It was all about the money, and Terrence Crawford felt like he was getting disrespected because he has never really been a box office star, and Errol Spence has done big numbers in Cowboy Stadium. So it's just the economies of scale was messing up the bag. But I think they're figuring it out now.
Man, that's my man. That's a hot take right there. Make sure we clip that one, shoot that one out. Our man Rhett Butler, a Pretty Left Hook podcast on Up On Game Presents. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you subscribe as well. Man, we appreciate you coming on. Make sure you check out his material, man. Dude is a writer for Shadow League, does some amazing stuff. So make sure you check out our man Rhett Butler.